Hello, Mr. Steven Hesse.
Hello.
How do you do? How the wheels have turned.
Indeed.
Now I am interviewing you, and you are the interviewee.
I've got to go. No, but no, it's really strange because like my sort of situation now is I interview, and I've been interviewing for a while, so it's weird to be interviewed.
It's weird to interview you rather than being interviewed by you. So yeah, we're here to talk about Geek Apocalypse.
Yes,
obviously. What is Geek Apocalypse? Because a lot of people probably won't know what it is. And if you can explain maybe just the idea or the ethos behind Geek Apocalypse.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not yet. I'm not even. This came today, so I'm really excited. Basically the situation with Geek Apocalypse is I kind of done this, as you know, because I interviewed you in my old sort of podcast. If you can call it that, where I've been interviewing bands and loads of different guests for about a year and a half, and really enjoyed doing it. But there was an element of I was really sort of about 3 or 4 months ago I got really frustrated with it, and the reason why is because I really felt like I wasn't doing the subjects that I really cared about, and there was an element of I was sort of being vetoed on certain plans I wanted to do.
Right.
That's kind of the crux of the sort of practicality reasons, but in sort of the personal reasons from my perspective. I'm just a big geek. I'm a massive geek, and I've kind of just it's just come out of my shell, like it's literally forced its way out of my body, and I've reached the point where I kind of just I'm gonna have to accept it because it's been so much a part of my life. And actually, what motivated me to start it was I wrote a blog, which actually you can find on the Apocalypse website. The first blog that I ever wrote, which I now write a regular blog every week, but the first blog I wrote, it wasn't intended as a blog. I just wrote down actually kind of my frustrations and kind of like what I should be doing and about why I should be doing geek-related content. And all of a sudden it was as if like I was writing my own sort of like map to find the treasure or something. Right. It was really like I just kind of realised, holy hell, I can do something that really means something to me, and having started it, I've suddenly realised that it's not a chore. Everything that I do, I realise that like when I'm doing something or I'm paying something towards me being geek, it's like, oh great, I get to go and I get to do geek content.
It's kind of weird, isn't it, that like for so long the whole concept of being a geek was something that people kind of like resisted or kind of like really played close to the chest, but there's loads of people now just open out being, you know, describing themselves as a geek, you know, and it's kind of the whole geek sheet thing.
Yeah. Well, this actually is a company called Geek Sheet that make geek stuff in America. Now, right? There you go. Not it's a free plug, but but no, they are cool. But it's a really good point that you make because I actually mentioned this in the blog I just mentioned, and it's kind of become that format because there's really a shift happening now. And what I mean by that is that the sort of geek culture is sort of developing rapidly, and the best example of that is to do with look at the Avengers, for example.
Yeah.
If you told like 15-year-old me, which you wouldn't want to meet, trust me, but if you told 15-year-old me about if I got told that the Avengers would be over $1 billion in the box office, I would laugh in your face and say that's ridiculous. But now it's like, I mean, look at Iron Man 3, like it's such a huge market for it now. Yeah. And to me, that indicates that really the way that geek is looked at now, and my sort of motto for being a geek, is really just being interested and making you like something. Because I think, and I'm not like trying to have a sort of political stance on this, but it's just literally, I just think my sort of format for things is just to kind of look at something and be interested and decide for yourself whether you like it or not. I think there's far too many, I think the downside of the internet and the downside of this side of things is that there's far too many, it's far too easy to kind of just neglect something or just reject it and say that, oh, that's not for me. A bit like the way I describe it is a bit like looking at music. A lot of people pigeonhole themselves by going, oh, I want to just like rock, or I just want to like blues or whatever, or maybe just want to like chart music. And I just think you're doing yourself a disservice because there's so much out there, and I don't really think it's a good idea to sort of pigeonhole yourself that way. So my way, instead of having it like a term 15 years ago in regards to being geek, is like kind of you know, it was a term of abuse. It was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, you're a geek, you're different, you're like, you know, you carry a 20-sided dice, you freak. Which I still do. Yes, I'm ashamed to say. But just in case I need it, you know, you never know when you need to roll a 20. That's all I need to say. But no, it's yeah, it was a term of abuse, and I would never say I was bullied over it. So I was lucky in the sense, you know, I played football and stuff, so I was in sort of the remit of, I wasn't really attacked as you know, being bullied in that sense, because I had a certain sort of past with the fact I played football. Right. But I've seen people who were a lot more sort of openly geeky during that time, just constantly getting bullied over it, and like, how dare you like science, how dare you like, you know, comic books and various things of that nature. But now, as I say, what I think geek is basically just you know, being immersed in something and just being allowed to appreciate it. Simon Pegg said it recently, where he said like, you just got to have a child, you know, you got to like accept having a childlike joy of something, and I think that's why being part of that group is so brilliant, because there's so much you can like.